Hello everyone, and welcome back to Fleet Plays Rule the Waves 3. Yes, we are back. We are absolutely back as the Confederacy. So, we lost a carrier, which was mildly disconcerting, considering it was one of the 3 super carriers that I just built, which was a tiny, itty-bitty bit, you know, worrying. But, we're back. And I'm not forgetting this time. So, Fleet doesn't like the new UI. I really do not like the new UI. I don't like it. I want to go back. Take me back. I want to go back. Also, it's reset my maps. And all of my mods. Which I don't like. That makes me unhappy. That makes me manifestly unhappy. Do we have any more missiles? Oh, we've got one with 8. Ugh. What's the point of having these massive missiles if we can't suddenly use them? What's the point? Now can you use them? Thank you. Thank you. God, that took long enough. Now we can really start using those 8-inch guns of ours. I don't like it. I don't like this new UI. I want to go back. Take me back to the old UI. I want to go back. Let me please go back. I mean, luckily it's all 3 of our modern cruisers, although one of them are slightly older. But we do have our 2 most modern heavy cruisers, and their 8-inch guns are doing the work. This is a good example of why we're in the early missile era rather than the late missile era. This is a period where having rapid-firing 8-inch guns or rapid-firing 6-inch guns can kind of matter. Honestly, Raleigh just put that fire out. Typical. Oh, bloody hell, she's going down. You can build these incredibly modern ships and they just die, basically, instantly. Ugh, dang it. I mean, the French are on their own, and this is a fight they can't recover from. We can build new ships to replace losses they fundamentally cannot. Please tell me we have more missiles. I said show units in firing range. Those units are not in firing range! You know, when I say to show units in firing range, and you show me units that aren't in firing range, I am actually gonna kill you. That close-range knife fight was a mess. A horrific mess. I don't know what state our aircraft are in and what state theirs are in. What I do know is our aircraft from Miami and other places are approaching them and are hitting them basically constantly. So, I think we've definitely... God dang it. We've lost one of the 2 modern cruisers. Houston's okay, but she's in a bad way. Raleigh's a bit battered. And Charlotte, which is one of the cruiser generations before this one, is still... She's mostly okay, but she's only got a pair of 8-inch guns. Rather than 2 twins. I might have jumped the gun on switching to a full missile cruiser. Because we don't have the means to really resist at this point. Do I have any aircraft available? No, go away. Okay, so we can definitely commit to a strike. I miss the old things! I want my old things back. Gimme. Give me my old things back. I desperately want my old things back. I'm used to my old things. I want my old things back. Please. Give me my old, Give me my old, UI back. I don't like it. I want to go back. Take me back, please. Okay. On the one hand, I do want to bring my battle cruisers in to kill those, enemy cruisers, but at the same time, I also know full well that if I do that, I'm going to lose them. Well, I'm going to lose the carriers anyway. Well, our aircraft found something. As for what they found, I don't exactly know. I'm fairly certain they found something. My carriers should be in a separate task group rather than as part of... Why are my carriers trying to go and get themselves killed? What are you doing? Okay, my carriers are safely in port. Right. Now I can kill those French cruisers with my battle cruisers. We can unleash the big 18-inch guns. You've got no missiles left, and you know full well you've got no missiles left. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move to standoff distance. And we're going to patrol... and let them come to us. Because they've got to leave that harbour eventually. Oh, sod it, never mind. We've already lost a carrier and a heavy cruiser to what I can only describe as ridiculous levels of nonsense. But, hey-ho. Okay, we sunk a carrier of theirs, but theirs wasn't worth as much as ours was. That's really not ideal. Well, we've got 2 additional new carriers. Oh, this is the problem with trying to continue a campaign after a major update. It clobbers everything. I don't like this! I don't like this at all! I want my old thing back! I want the old UI back! I want to go back! Let me go back! I don't need stupid little icons next to my things. I just need the type. I don't need a little ship next to them telling me what they are. Well, one thing that's become clear to me is that these ships absolutely need an improved battery, that they can't survive on just... There we go. What? And now it doesn't even let me know it's overweight by being red. I have to look at weight remaining. I don't like that. I don't like this at all. I really, really do not like this news. And I can't scroll wheel? I can't scroll wheel anymore? I have to click in and then scroll wheel, then click? This is worse in every way than the old rule the wave system they used to be. Whose idea was this? Whose idea was this? Genuinely. Who thought this was a good idea? Leave the UI alone, it was fine! You didn't have to fuck with it. Whose idea was this? Genuinely. I'm not happy. I'm really not happy. Genuinely, I am really not happy. Well, I mean, we can group it into two carrier formations rather than 3 carrier formations, which is what I've been hoping for. Which is fine. I can move Oak Grove into 4th Carrier Division. Actually, no, Sharpsburg... Yes, what we'll do is we'll move... Because Sharpsburg is the most up-to-date, she can actually move into... hang on. Division. She can move to... 1st Carrier Div. She's got the speed, just about to keep up with the others. She can move into the Caribbean. Where she should be. Oak Grove... can move into 4th Carrier Div, which frees up 2nd Carrier Div for the Chancellorsville class super carriers. And we can have Chickamauga in 3rd Carrier Div won't be needed until 13 months from now. Oh no, that's right. I did a batch 2 of the Confederate States class. Yeah, because so they'll be batch 2. Yeah, because Mechanicsville was laid down as a revised Confederate States. Oh, no, wait, hang on. No, sorry, never mind. Because why have they messed with the UI of the game that hasn't needed its UI changed at all? Why have they done this? Why have they changed things? It was alright the way it was. It didn't need to be messed with. Is there a way to go back? There is no way to go back. That is really not... I really don't like that. Yes, the 1st and 2nd Carrier Div can be that. Oak Grove can be 3rd Carrier Div. Chickamauga is 4th Carrier Div. Sharpsburg and the 2 1st Confederate States can be 1st Carrier Div, and the 3rd Carrier Div can be Gettysburg, and then we'll have to build another Mechanicsville, and then we'll build another one on top of her once we make room out of the designs we're building. I do not like this. I really do not like this. Okay, a cruiser action. We can make this work. What have we got? Okay, what have we got? Okay, this is really not... So we've got some... Why are you not in your own strike group? What is going on? Genuinely, I don't get it. Things are not behaving like they should. My carriers should be separate task groups, and they should be grouped into a 3-carrier unit, but apparently they're not. Even though that's the division I made for them, what's the point of me making divisions if that's how it's going to be? Okay. Oh, you're kidding. You've got to be joking. Right. Alright then. Alpha strike it. Throw literally everything we have at it. Just a maximal alpha strike. And get me a strike package ready to go. Okay, that's less than ideal. Yep. Well, she's being the missile bait, which is good, because she kind of has to be. Because we fired all our missiles, and we missed. And I really need to run. Because... yeah. Why am I not getting warnings about aircraft? Is this campaign just bugged? Kind of feels like it is. Weather does not permit air launches. Well, that gets in the battle's over. It's done. I'm not risking my... I launched all my missiles and we missed. I'm not risking what limited missile... well, what ships I have without missiles. I do not like this new... yeah, we're going back to Baracoa. What? You laid offensive minefields in a bay in the middle of bumfuck nowhere. Why? You could have laid them anywhere you liked. And you laid them there. You know... this is very disappointing. And I'm not very keen on the way they've changed the game. I don't like the changes they've made to the UI or how it functions. It used to be extremely intuitive to use, very easy, with nice clunky buttons that you knew exactly what you were doing. But now, nope. And you can't even scroll wheel to change armor thickness. They've taken all of the ease of use out of the game. I'm not very happy. Okay, so we've got the Locust Grove class. So the Eagle Rock class AVs. So are we losing... actually, yeah, let me have a look. Where are we losing... probably in the Caribbean, aren't we? So let's... let me have those AVs on trade protection, because that's what they're good for. They are very good at that. They are extremely good ASW. There we go. Trade protection. And then we went through the various iterations of new Confederate destroyers. TJ Pages, T-91s, then the massive upgrade that was the T-1 34s. We're still waiting on the last of them. Once we get Gettysburg, I'm going to build, lay down another Mechanicsville class carrier. There we go. Because that then gives us another carrier coming in, which we kind of desperately need. Then Chickamauga. So Oak Grove will move to 4th div. Chickamauga will move to 3rd div. And then she will work with Gettysburg in 3rd Carrier Division. That then brings the most capable of our carriers together. Despite Chickamauga's age, she's still got some fight in her. All of our light carriers are gone. And we now maintain the second largest, well, nearly second largest fleet in the world. Japanese have abandoned battleships altogether and are building super carriers like we are. The Italians still have 3 battle cruisers. And are starting to build large carriers as well. Nothing angled deck though yet. Spain, again, they've abandoned. We've got a pair of light carriers that are no use in the modern era. The US is building angled deck carriers that are a bit behind ours in terms of being where they should be. Russia is building a new battle cruiser, which is interesting. They're the only nation besides us, I believe, that actually are. But they're also building newer carriers, although still straight deck. The French lost a carrier, and they only have 2 modern Austerlitzes, which are abysmal, and only... yeah, their carriers are no match for ours. Their cruisers are slightly more of a threat, but not really. They've got some modern helicopter carriers, but again, not really that much of a bother by them. And modern destroyers, but no, again, nothing quite equivalent to what we've got. The Germans have their battle cruisers. They've got the 2 from the 30s and the 2 from the 40s. They've built a modern carrier. They're building more. The British have the Devonshire left over from the old days, and they're building Lion. They don't have... their most modern carrier is Colossus, but she's slower and weaker than our carriers. Anybody in the chat? Nope, nobody's chatting. They're all just lurking. That is fine with me. Right. Yes, I do want to assign a carrier air group to Gettysburg. A small engagement. Okay. Cruiser action. Is it actually going to be a cruiser action? It is. Right. Okay. It's going to be an action fought at night by radar. I can feel it. You've only got 1 heavy cruiser, the Charleston. Admittedly, she's got the heavier missile and gun loadout than some of the earlier versions, but Oh, nope. Sorry, we've got the Charlotte as well. These are, I believe, yeah, they're the two Charleston-class cruisers. Now, they've got a fairly heavy missile throw weight. Okay, so we have a definite fixed radar contact, and that has just launched. So in that case, then, I'm gonna have... Given their large targets, I'm gonna have the... Yep, have the light cruisers fire off half, have the destroyers with 2 fire all their missiles, and then I'm gonna increase the 34 knots and take evasive maneuvers while we maneuver. Okay, we just scored a metric ton of missile hits on them there. Let's see if we can close down on them. Okay, so yeah, they're locking onto us. They've launched. So at that point, we will then fire back. So on the first identified ship, the larger one, Charleston and Charlotte, we'll fire their missiles. On the other one, I'm going to launch from 2 of our... okay, so not them. Can I get away with that? There we go. Right, okay, that should work. And then we're going to turn to both evade and get our missiles away. And then, with that bit cleared away, let's see if we can get another salvo off. Fire half. Well, that did something to them. What it is, I don't know. But I know we're going in with auto-loading 8-inch guns to try and finish the job. We've definitely inflicted some serious damage here. Those probably are destroyers. Let's see if we can get a salvo off on them. I know we definitely have done some damage here. But it seems to be a fairly sizable French force. I'm not too confident engaging. Only other thing I really want to do is let the last of the task force's missiles off, and then we're going to break away and disengage. Because we've taken relatively little losses in terms of missile hits. I know we've inflicted some damage. Let's break away while we can. And get our boys safely home. Now, we lost the light cruiser. That is a shame. That is a real shame. So we're going to break south away from the enemy's air umbrella. Hook round and like that. I don't like this new UI. I don't like it at all. I much prefer the old one. Ah, Blep! Ruinon is here. He wasn't there 5 seconds ago, but he's here now. Ruinon, I don't like this new UI. Okay, we sank 2 light cruisers. Yeah, there's no grids. Why are there no grids? It's hard to tell what's going on. So, 2 light cruisers sunk and 1 destroyer for 1 light cruiser lost on our side. Finally. A decent trade. Can't afford to build new heavy cruisers yet. We're still waiting on the Lone Star States coming in. Dropping down from 4 guns to 2 is a mistake. Turns out the era of guns on heavy cruisers isn't quite out of the thing yet. But I'll probably get them on the slips once the Columbus class break ground. So we've got the next generation teasers, which had a 8-inch fore and aft. The Charlestons moved both 8-inch forward in exchange for a heavy SAM. We lost one of the Talamico class cruisers, which were sadly lost during a battle. In terms of lights, the Muskogees were the last gun cruisers of the Confederate Navy. They are auto-loading 6-inch. Patrick Henry was the first of the 6-inch missile cruisers. Then you got the Nashvilles. which followed them, which were a bit better, and then the Appomattox, which again returned to twin guns and twin ASMs. And I think we were building the Columbus class, which added a light SAM forward and massively upped the missile battery. And of course, we've got the heavy guided missile battle cruisers of the 7 Days class. We're doing okay though. And the old war horses are still knocking around. Stonewall Jackson, Braxton Braggs, and Texas still around doing trade protection. The two 20-inch monsters of the Missouri and Franklin Buchanan are still around, but they're very much, well, old hat at this point. Franklin Buchanan hasn't been rebuilt. Convoy defense. What have we got? Oh, the French Navy declines. Cruiser action. Are they going to fight us? Oh, it's two of our battle cruisers. And we have 4 of our modern destroyers, which is good. Might be able to inflict some losses. Ruinon has still just said blep, which is fair enough. She could say blep as much as she likes. My god, all of the minefields have been laid. There are the cruisers. Okay, I don't want to fire until we have a radar lock. Okay, we have a radar lock. Center of the task force. I'm gonna have the destroyers with 4 missiles volley off their missiles now. Until we actually see what's going on. Okay, they have fired. So that means we need to fire as well. So on that ship at the back, all ships fire. Go to 30 knots and let's close them down and show them that despite the era being the era that it is, my ships still have 18-inch guns. They still know how to use them, and you can't run now because you're crippled. And abandoning your big gun combatants was a really, really bad idea, because I can still do this. Oh, you hit me by the torpedo. Oh god, you hit me with the... Bloody hell! Christ on a bike. Poor secession. Yeah, secession has been detached, that's good. Yep, so we are now chasing these ships. The cruisers are basically dead. Secession's basically making sure of that. Bonnie Blue is doing her level best. Secondary batteries banging away. 18-inch guns are banging away. And they are demonstrating in peak form exactly why heavy gun combatants are still viable in this era of the missile age. Even legacy ones such as these from the 30s and 40s. Especially with modern radar fire control. Yeah, this is really not... Yeah, that meant that I might have just wiped out a French cruiser and destroyer task force. Nope, nothing else new, just a blep from Ruinon even still. Carnegie is being hit by a missile. Yep, we are battering them into the dirt. We might finally be able to take Guantanamo Bay off the French, and then hopefully we can round out this campaign. And for the next campaign, Spain. I have danced around playing my favorite nation for a long, long time. But now, with all the experience I've gained playing Rule the Waves once a week, I am entirely confident in the fact that I can actually take Spain all the way to dominance, given the fact I've played a much weaker nation, aka the Netherlands, and still been incredibly successful. So I am entirely confident that Spain will be no trouble at all. We'll hold on to Cuba and the Philippines. Probably bully the US early in the game if we can. We may not be able to, but we shall see. But I know now that it's possible to win as an underdog. You've just got to really play your hand right. Oh my god, that was the entire task force apart from 2 destroyers wiped out. And because they heavily damaged one of my battle cruisers, it's considered a draw. Yeah, sure, that's fair. Yeah, no, sod off. You think I'm gonna fall for your little trick? I don't think so, sunshine. I'm up to... I have 5 super carriers. My 5 super carriers are worth more than the entire French carrier fleet in terms of tonnage. And that includes both their carriers and their light carriers. Out of France's armoured cruisers, most aren't modern. They're gunships with barely any recourse to missile armament. Oh cool, a carrier battle. Please tell me that's the majority of my carrier fleet. Oh, it's first carrier div. Oh, beautiful. First carrier div with 2 of my big carriers. And then you've got Fredericksburg bringing up the rear with second carrier div because her compatriot is still... Yep, Chancellorsville is still working up. Yeah, this... Yeah, this is going to be a slaughter. What's me air scout? That looks fine. Give me an exceptionally maximal cap. Give me 2 phase search. For Fredericksburg, maximal cap 2. Oh wait, that's right, because everything's under the flag, so yeah, that's fine. Right, let's get that. Let's get those air wings out. Let's get the searchers going. Find me the enemy carriers. Oh, we have a report. 2 carriers. Course southeast. Right. Let's get it done. So, somewhere over there, and then I can alter the strike once I know exactly what's... both ready and unready, so not you. There we go. So you can go. Second carrier div as well. You can go. And then, of course, once I get more info, I can actually change the strike. Yes, okay, so what have we got? Best update says they're in that area. And they're heading southward, so I was actually probably right on the money. Yep, I was right on the money. Current information says they are right there. Yep. Okay, I was actually dead on the money. This? Yeah, I was right on the money. It is time for an alpha strike. Yep, this is gonna kill him. Okay, 2 missile hits scored. Not ideal in terms of hits. I'm gonna drop down to heavy. I'm gonna drop down to heavy cap because I want to hit them with a much heavier strike later on. Let's enable our aircraft from our land bases to launch a strike. They've scored 2 missile hits. And with the constant strikes from our land-based aviation, it's telling us where they are. And luckily I have enough for another attack. And we are absolutely going to drop the hammer on them. Again. What's the latest report say? Right there-ish, heading somewhat south. Fair enough. Get me a strike ready. I'm going to leave Carrier Div 2. They're currently cycling their aircraft, so that's fine. Whoa! One of our corvettes was hit by a torpedo. Is she in the task group? No, doesn't look like it. Probably one of our coastal ships. Okay, patrol bombers have launched missiles. No hits as of yet. Enemy aircraft are approaching. Our heavy jet fighters have just completely obliterated that strike. Yes, I do want to adjust the final strike. Information now tells me they're heading more in this direction. So let's do that. Oh my lord. Yep, we just chewed up their strikes aggressively easily. And they're attacking our destroyers rather than enemy carriers, which is what they really should be doing. And we are scoring missile hits even with our land-based aviation. Why are you gentlemen... Oh, they're doing a dogleg. They're doing a dogleg, that makes sense. Okay, enemy aircraft came in and got chewed up by our fighters. Our aircraft are going in. Found their... Yep, I think this is... missiles have been launched, strikes have been conducted, missiles have hit. What about... Okay, we can actually launch another strike. Fantastic. Even better, I can really hit them with a third strike today, which I am absolutely happy to do. Is second carrier div ready? Yep, it absolutely is. It can sortie 10 aircraft. I'll also chew up their air defenses as well, which I am absolutely happy to have them do. Yes, what do the latest reports say? Carrier group headed that way. Let's get it done. Let's get that strike package in the air. Okay, there go our air wing. They have spotted enemy carriers. Missiles have been launched. Our fighters are dogfighting with their fighters, clearing the way for our aircraft to deliver the blows that they need to deliver. It's not quite the same as we were expecting, sadly. It's not quite the alpha strikes that we used to get from the Ottoman carrier groups. But missile hits are proliferating. And nothing new from chat. Ruinon's blep stands alone. That's fine. Lurkers are a-okay. Oh, states' rights, you legend. You dodged the tops. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Our aircraft to come back. Clearing up the... whatever the French carriers were trying to do, I don't think they've done successfully. Missiles have been launched. More missiles are hitting. It seems like... we've not taken any missile hits, I don't think. And I can keep sorting aircraft all day. I can keep sorting aircraft all day. I've got the aircraft to sort it. I can keep doing this all day. Until eventually I get a hammer blow delivered. Are they what do the course say? It doesn't really say. Yeah, keep a rough area compared to where we were. And let's get that strike actually going. Okay, missiles have landed. Yet more ships have been hit with missiles. Unfortunately, our land-based aircraft are getting chewed up a little bit. But our carrier strike's going in. And it seems, unfortunately, that our carrier-based aircraft are not landing the... Well, they are landing missile hits, but I don't know if they're on carriers or if they're on cruisers or what they're on. But we are seemingly doing a fair amount of damage to this task force. Okay. Alright, so we have enough for another strike. Let's get it done. Ready the aircraft again. this is basically going to be the Alpha Strike that hopefully kills them. Poor old Sharpsburg is actually running out of missiles, so the jet attackers are going to carry bombs instead. Which is fine. Supercarriers, though, have plenty of missile storage for their air wings. So they can continue to sortie, So yeah, so the carriers are apparently moving northwards now, which is fine. We can hit them with our aircraft quite easily. Okay, I think our aircraft found something. Yep, so on the outward journey they didn't find anything, but on the return journey they have found and engaged something. I saw a carrier got hit with bombs. Missiles were launched. And I think we absolutely clobbered them. The thing to do now is to take the night to reorganize our air wings and prep. So for our so for the next day's operations, we're gonna bring the area in. So we're gonna not do that. We're gonna scout that area. We can do nighttime carrier ops, but I'd rather not. Keep the formation nice and tight, nice and close. Keep it all together. Keep the Confederate super carriers together. I'm hoping that with the missile performance that we've been seeing, that we've done enough damage to at least sink a carrier. I've been burned before by seeing lots of missile hits and thinking that we've sunk something important. But I've no better that hopefully with enough missile hits that we have inflicted, we've hopefully at least damaged, if not sunk, a French carrier. And it'll be enough to kick the French out of the Caribbean entirely. Guantanamo Bay and the French Caribbean islands were brought into the Confederate Republic, liberated from French colonial oppression. At least, that's my hope. Well, we'll have to see what happens, because it's about to become daylight, and the next day of carrier operations is about to begin. So, let's see what happens, shall we? So, scouts are up, the cap's up. I don't know why my scouts have not gone out. Or if they have, they found nothing. Have the French retired? The French might have taken the opportunity to retire. I mean, I think they have, yeah. Land-based and carrier-based scout aircraft have found basically nothing. Well, that's why we sank a full-size French carrier and damaged another. Oh, it's one of their bigger ones. Well, that's good. Danube was badly damaged. They also lost one of their modern destroyers. Still, the loss of a French carrier is very valuable. Brings us back into parity with them. No, peace negotiations are out of the question. We are going to win. The French know we're going to win. Exactly, we just torpedoed a... Our missile subs are raiding French shipping in Europe. Our own merchant sinkings are far less now because the Eagle Rocks are basically sweeping the seas clear of enemy submarines with their helos. Still, the 2 mechanics bills are yet to come out. But with 5 full-size super carriers compared to the 6 we should have, we're doing okay. It has meant my style for divisions has not been quite what I would have hoped. But that's okay. In fact, what I might do is I'm going to move Gettysburg into 2nd Div. Basically because that gives... Sharpsburg is one of the previous generation of carriers. She's big enough to serve with the full-size super carriers. And then the Chancellors, the second set of Gettysburgs, form a carrier group. And then Chickamauga and Oak Grove are on their own in 3rd and 4th carrier div. And then that'll make room for the Mechanicsvilles to... I need a third. I need a third Mechanicsville, but I'm not going to get it, sadly. It's fine. Cruiser action. What do we know? 1 battle cruiser, 3 destroyers. With 2... That can't be right. They can't have 2 enemy carriers. That would be manifestly unfair. Unknown radar contact. Ooh, an unknown radar contact. Right. So. Oh! Right. Give him 2 missiles. Especially with the new guidance systems, hopefully they'll be more accurate. And then the center of the task force reveals itself. They get the rest. Unfortunately, Bonnie Blue is one of the ships that unfortunately doesn't carry missiles. Her sister does, Secession, but Bonnie Blue sadly does not. What she does have is 9 18-inch guns. And 30 knots of top speed. So yes, please, fire your missiles. See what happens. I think they've just realized what they're up against. They're up against one of the Confederacy's remaining battle cruisers, and they're like, ah, no, 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 no. I'm like, oh, yes. Well, yeah, they've just... oh, yeah, they have just realized. You're dead. There goes the Admiral Seal class. The Forbin's trying to run. Come on, Bonnie Blue. Put some rounds into her. Come on. You're a crack gunnery ship. There you go. Oh, that was all it took. A few 18-inch rounds into that pathetically lightly built cruiser just brought it low. This is the thing. With French abandoning heavy battle line combatants, if it comes down to a cruiser action where my battle cruisers are present, they just win. Because the destroyers, my destroyers launch their own missiles. Then they chew up the enemy's missile salvo, which just leaves our battle cruisers cleaning house. When will you people learn? Do not bring a missile to a gunfight unless you also have guns. Wow, we annihilated that entire force for no losses. That's hysterical. What's that, France? Oh, you're losing now? What a shame. What a shame. What do you mean you're having trouble grasping the principle of supercarriers? How can you have trouble grasping the principle of supercarriers? We operate 5 of the bloody things. How can this be a troubling principle? Please give me Bonnie Blue again. Please give me Bonnie Blue again. I desire to feed... Oh! Well, I've got Bonnie Blue, but I've also got carriers. I think this is a chance to inflict yet more carrier losses upon the French. In fact, I would be highly skeptical if it didn't. And they're operating in my backyard. Far away from their own land-based air cover. Oh dear, France, you're in trouble. Right. big fleet shit-eating grin moment. This may be a death by supercarrier. Yeah, this is a death by supercarrier moment. That is exactly what this is. Yeah, this absolutely is a death by supercarrier moment. While I would dearly love to have more information, what I've got is actually enough. Yep, our aircraft have found them. They'll double back on them and get them in a second. Yep, there we go. Took them a second, but they doubled back on them. Oh dear, that appears to be a missile hit. Oh, and I can do it again! Good. Let us do it again. This will be aggressively funny. And because it's a smaller strike... But wait, is this only my super carriers? Yep, this is just all of the modern carriers of the Confederate fleet. Oh, sorry, no. We're missing one. But Sharpsburg is also here. Hit him again, Bomber Harris. Come on, lads. There's so many missiles on you. You can't fail to hit something. There's so many of you. And you were ordered to hit the carriers, so I would dearly hope you've hit the carriers. Go again. And then our aircraft from our land bases have arrived. Why does this feel like Dance of the Vampires? I'm getting real Tom Clancy vibes from this. I mean, to be fair, I do be hitting them with the unescapable problem of death from every single direction. So, there is that little number they have to deal with. Which is a bit of a, you know, minor problem for them to deal with. Are they even going to get to hit me? Or am I just going to keep battering them over the head with a sledgehammer so much that I'm just going to have all their carriers as burning wrecks before they have a chance to actually hit me? I mean, I'm not complaining by any means, but it does feel like kicking puppies at this point. Even if all I'm doing is attriting a single, French carrier every engagement, that's what... Hey, as long as I attrit carriers and I don't lose carriers, fleet stays winning. Which is kind of the whole point. Come on! Ah, good. 2 missile hits. Very, very good. Okay, so we've returned our aircraft to the carriers. Oh, goody! Another strike can be launched. Marvellous, marvellous. Absolutely fantastic. Off you go, lads. Have fun. Hit them again. Constant raids. Don't let them rest. Don't let their cap regroup. Just keep hitting them. Oh, I'm having far too much fun with this. This feels aggressively cathartic. And so our medium bombers come in and launch their missiles, and they hit something. I really am down to the vampiring these poor fuckers, aren't I? I desperately... Okay, we probably need to put on speed and go east. Because That is... They are getting a little too close for my liking in terms of actually getting close to our carriers. And I am not keen on that. And I would very much rather they... Hit by a torpedo? Oh, so a torpedo bomber managed to actually get through their air defenses. And was able to actually drop a torpedo, which then hit something. That's impressive because they have surface-to-air missiles. That's very impressive. Can I do it again? Yes, I can do it again. Do it again! Oh, this is delightful. This is what happens when I group together all of my heavy carriers and super carriers and just... It's like using a sledgehammer. I'd call it bullying were it not for the fact that this is cathartic for all of the times the French have humiliated me throughout this campaign. Hiding behind the British and the French. Sorry, hiding behind the British and the Americans. Now it's time for a bit of cathartic revenge. And oh, would you look at that? Everyone's back again. It's time for a bit of the old, It's time for another raid. Yes, I might in fact be enjoying this. Very, very much. I don't even know if they've spotted me at all yet. Okay, some of those missiles have got to get through. There we go. Well, we're definitely landing an awful lot of missile hits this time around. Wow, they finally managed to get a strike off. Oh, it's 8. It's 8. Oh, that's adorable. Heavy jet fighter cap. Kill them. Okay, they managed to actually get an air wing through, but the missiles were shot down by 3-inch automatic AA. Do we have... Okay, yep, we can do it again. Right, ready the strike package. Okay, we have no guidance on them, so that's fine. They'll carry heavy bombs. Glide bombing seems to be fairly effective against the enemy. They still seem to be keeping coming, though, which is... I mean, their commitment to dying would be credible were it not for the fact that all they're doing is basically killing the pride of the French carrier fleet at a time when they really probably can't afford to. There we go. And the strike has gone in. Have we launched any missiles yet? Missiles have been launched. Please tell me we got some hits. We did. We got some hits. 2 hits, 3 hits, 4 hits. Lovely. 5 hits, 6 hits, 7 hits, more hits. Again. Again! Do it again! Do it again! I don't know why I'm finding this as amusing as I am, but I am finding this as amusing as I am. So, sure. And they can't break through my cap, because I keep my cap fairly heavy. Go get him! Yep! Hit him again! Oh, this is funny. Oh, I think they're dead. Yeah. Keep hitting them. And a missile hit. I mean, it just goes to show you quite how many missiles you actually have to launch to actually land a hit in the modern era. I have no idea how much damage I have done. Honestly, I'm not going to launch a follow-up strike. It is heading towards evening, and politely, I think... Okay, so let's actually reorientate the strike. So we need to basically pull a 180 on our search pattern. Because they will be behind us tomorrow, ideally. Assuming the French stick to their plan, which they might, or they might not, they should be behind us tomorrow. I can't say for certain, but they should be somewhere here, I think. I can't say for certain, but I think that's where they'll be. What I do know is that we unleashed a heck of a lot of missiles yesterday. And I don't know quite how many hits we actually scored. There's the daylight, so let's see what the daylight brings, and then we can go from there. Okay, our aircraft are up. Let's see what we find. They've got to be somewhere in the Caribbean, I think. Unless they've totally slipped past us. Nope, they have not. They are exactly where I thought they would be. Right, let's get it done. Their air wings will be massively depleted compared to ours. And we will be able to absolutely drop a hammer on top of their heads. So let's actually get on and do that. They're not going to have the defenses they need to really stop what's about to hit them. I think their cruisers are damaged, their escorts are damaged, their air defenses are really not what you would hope they would be. I mean, they might even be down a carrier or two. Oh, is that them? Okay, we have completely miscalculated there. That is them. Can we scratch up an attack force? We absolutely can. That is absolutely fine. Scratch me together an attack force. Lickety-split. Don't know how we missed them. But never mind. Let me just scratch together an attack force. Although, that being said, we did actually find what I think is a lone enemy carrier, which is going to get absolutely dogpiled. Yes, something down there just got absolutely dogpiled. Yeah, so there's a carrier and a light carrier there. But then there's also one up here. Yeah, so the main enemy force seems to be there, and what is actually up north is a single light carrier. Well, something just got nailed by 3 missiles, and then something else just got nailed by 2. Well, this is aggressive. Honestly, it's kind of horrific. Patrol bombers have launched missiles. Our aircraft have actually glide bombed and launched missiles against that task force in the north. The unfortunate problem is we're really beginning to outrun our escorts now, and I really don't want to stick around and have myself be hit by well, what I can only describe as the wrath of a very, very angry French fleet. This would not be something I would advise myself to go through. Well, our medium bombers have found something, and they've hit something with a missile. And honestly, focusing on that northern task group, it seems like a good way to nail an isolated carrier. So, I think this is a fairly nice way to just absolutely nail an isolated enemy carrier. Get a fairly easy kill. There we go. Any launchers? So some glide bombs were dropped. Some missiles were launched. One missile has acquired a hit. But honestly, I'm gonna actually we're gonna actually turn north and put on speed because honestly, politely, we're at a point now where a lot of our escorts have been left behind by the carriers. And yeah, I really don't want to be. I don't really want to be caught out. So for all that damage, all those missile hits, we sank just one carrier and heavily damaged a light carrier and sank 3 destroyers. For all that. For all those hits. We scored. That feels disappointing. Yeah, we sunk another French carrier, but... No, continued operations will secure total victory. Oh, thank God. There. That's what I want. The Antilles and Guantanamo Bay. Victory at last. So, honestly, all of the 16-inch ships are going to go to the breakers. Actually, no, Braxton Bragg has been rebuilt. She's actually okay, and she serves in 4th Div with Texas. So, all of the battleships go into mothballs. The battle cruiser... honestly, so what we'll do is I will change this up. So, I'm going to break these two up into 2 battlecruiser divs. So, Bonnie Bill will go into first. First will go into reserve. Secession can remain active because she's got the missile rebuild. The teasers can go into the reserves. The Charlestons and the Raleighs can stay active. The old gun cruisers go into mothballs. The Muskogees, with their just guns, no missiles, go into the reserves. And the missile cruisers can stay active. The old carriers, Chickamauga and Oak Grove, go into mothballs. The rest of the carriers can stay active. AMC Rock Hill can be scrapped. She didn't really do that much. Eagle Rocks can go into the reserves because they are there to be activated to help fight submarines. Anything that isn't 35 knots in our destroyer fleet goes into the reserves, and anything that is pre-1950 goes into mothballs. All of the corvettes go into mothballs. And then we need to start picking and choosing what we finish. So the 7 Days class, we can halt 2 of them. Halt one of the Lone Stars. Halt one of the Columbuses. Actually, yeah, the Columbuses. Yes, I'll tell you what. So we'll halt. Yeah, we'll halt 2 of the carriers. We'll halt the 7 Days class. And we will gradually build our funding levels back up to the point where we can afford to keep doing what we're doing. We shot down 81 total aircraft. And, like I said, most were done by fighters, which is not particularly surprising there. Actually, I've got the funding to keep working on the other Columbus, which is good. And, honestly, given everything, I should probably also finish Lone Star as well. And that should hopefully free up enough funding for me to work on finishing one of the 7 Days, and one of the Mechanicsville class carriers. Well, that's my thinking anyway. Send a battleship. We're the only ones with battleships left, so we may as well. Italy, stop being silly. Ah, long-range air-to-air missiles. Very, very nice indeed. Then again, with the size of our navy, our carriers really didn't... It is human to err. Give him another chance. He's an above-average officer, and he did fairly well in the last war. And we're slowly commissioning our guided missile submarines, which is what you would expect. Nothing wrong there. Nothing wrong at all. Yeah, we're probably gonna... We haven't fought the Japanese all game. We're probably not going to end up fighting them now. Let me actually resume construction on one of the 7 Days class battle cruisers. Yes, we will absolutely buy that, because that gives us more money to keep our construction program going, which is exactly what we want. And it helps us replenish our losses from the war. So what I can now do is the Patrick Henrys can now go into the reserves. And the Muskogees can go into mothballs. And the older gun cruisers can be scrapped, because they don't have auto-loading guns. The teasers are in the reserves, that's fine. The Charlestons are too valuable to have in the reserves. So we've managed, so we got Appomattox class, then we got the Columbus class, which are fine. And with that funding availability, we resume construction on one of the carriers. And we can free up more funding once we get the two light cruisers into commission. I mean, if Spain wants to come and try and retake Cuba, please be my guest. I'll be happy to thrash them. Yeah, have the lad cashiered. You don't just, even in the modern era, you don't just tarnish the reputation of the Navy. Can't have that. No! Stop that. Stop moving in with Admiral's daughters. Stop having affairs. Come on. We're the Confederate fleet, for God's sake. You didn't do this when the fascist government was in power. Why do you do it now, when there's not a fascist government in power? Italy, stop being silly. No, Tunney wasn't with Texas for her entire career. That ship really could have done with not losing a loss of speed. A knot of speed, I should say, which is annoying, but hey-ho, what are you gonna do? I'm gonna have to halt one of the... I'm gonna have to halt one of the... Okay, the IM-233 is absolutely going through various versions across our carriers. I don't know why our naval budget's dropped so much. We commissioned the two largest things, didn't we? Yeah, so we can move the teasers into mothballs, and the Charleston, and all of the Charleston class into the reserve fleet. That'll save us some more money. No. We need more warships. I need you to put more money into buying warships, please. Please stop trying to be friendly, pretty please. I would really appreciate it if you didn't do that. That would be grand. Thanks. Oh, and a new jet attack aircraft. More maneuverable, tougher, slightly less range. Fine with that. I think it's time for the non-20-inch gunships to bow out of the fleet. In terms of battleships. That leaves only Missouri and Franklin Buchanan as the last remaining battleships, basically in the world. Yeah, in the world. Since no one else operates battleships and only a few nations operate battle cruisers. Although, given the way the war went, a lot of people are actually looking to bring them back into service. I mean, the Russians have brought one back into service, but she's no match for the ships we're building. Not at all. The Americans have built a new ship, the Glendale, which is... Oh no, sorry, not built. Stolen from us! You cheeky buggers. I'd hate to have to destroy my own ship, but, well... That may be out of my hands, sadly. Nope, we will absolutely sell to anybody who wants to buy. That is absolutely a good thing we can do. No, protest against the proposal. We have enough social programs. I need more ships. Politely. Please and thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna... How dare he spy for Germany? Honestly. That's very annoying. Well... How dare they not release one of my ships? And my funding just went into the toilet. Typical. Okay, the 7 days class can do 32 knots. That's honestly kind of ridiculous. And that does mean now, with them arriving, I've got a tough choice to make. I don't want to part with the old war horses. I really don't want to part with them. But I think I need to standardize. I think with the 7 days class coming into the fleet, we really need to think about removing the last of the old great battleships that served us so well. So I think Missouri and Franklin Buchanan are going to have to go to the breakers. which is a shame, but it is what it is. Nope, Ruinon's just there going blep still. No new chatting, which is fine. People want to lurk, that is absolutely fine. There is nothing wrong with a good set of lurkers. Lurking is very, very good. There we go. There we go. So now we're working on the 7 days class. I blame the United States. How dare they meddle in the Balkans? Yes, I will absolutely do that. I will absolutely do that, because that gives me a lot of budget, which I can then spend on building 16 very, very cheap coastal submarines. Oh, we need 4 more. There we go. It is without doubt the United States. Yes, I will request a new tender for light jet fighters. Maneuverability and firepower, please. And then I will build the other 7 days class, because that will bring me up to 3... 3 full-sized assets. So Mechanicsville is in service now, so she will be part of 3rd Carrier Division, which means that Chickamauga then moves to 4th Carrier Div, which becomes the Reserve Carrier Division, with 5th Carrier Div being a force that we stand up in case of wartime pressures. Oh, come on! Why? Please, please stop thrashing my budget. Right. Halt, Glendale. Just buy me time to get the, Well, that's better. More light jet fighters is always a good thing. Well, they've got some decent attack aircraft, but not too much. Please stop producing naval spending. I need to commission my new... Well, I need all 3 of my new large service combatants. Pretty please. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to defend myself. Strategic bombing is vastly overrated. The Navy is... Yes. Play a round of golf with the Minister of Defense, and for God's sake, make him stop building strategic bombers. We don't need nuclear weapons. Strong Navy is what we need. Good lord. I'm loath to scrap early missile cruisers, but I might have to. I think Bonnie Blue Republic's going to have to go to the breakers. And then 7 days will take over in 1st Battle Cruiser Div. And then Secession will go into the reserves. We don't really have a choice. I need to send some of my older ships using my prestige to burn some prestige for money. There we go. Yep, Southern Eagle. Take the Southern Eagle proposal. Oh, fantastic. I can keep building my carrier again. Thank God for that. Yes, new prototype. Naval Patrol Aircraft. Range and bomb load. Yes. We support the rebels to create trouble for Italy. Because that then raises tension, which raises my budget. Oi, Japan! No! Bad! No Hawaii for you. No, thank you. I really don't need that. I blame Russia. The Russian Tsar is all the problems. They're his fault. I blame him. Blame him for everything. Oh, for God's sake. I can't catch a break. I think I'm close to getting enough budget to do what I need to do. And I don't get close enough to it. Typical. Absolutely typical. No, we are not slashing the naval budget. I don't care what you think. No. Thank you. Thank God a new hawkish government's come to power. Bloody hell, it's about damn time. Right. Now then. Now please, let me rework the sprays. There we go. That works. The spray class. Ah, topside weight needs to come down. Okay, that works. I'm happy with that. Then give me a single Sea Whiz. There. Oh. Oh, improve secondary guns. There we go. Excellent. The spray class heavy cruiser. The next generation. Basically, it's... Yes, give me a higher budget! Thank you. Go for the win! I'm building up my stock, my reserve of funding for when I lay down. Send a gunboat. For now. Let's see. Build 4 new spray class heavy cruisers. The plan is basically to phase out all the teasers and the Charlestons. Now, in terms of the Columbus class, they're all well and good, but what I really want is... really need a... can I have a superimposed mount? Apparently not. Well, that's fine, actually. It's not too bad. I might try and do. I don't know why I can't have a forward... Ah, that's right, because I've got a forward, light SAM. There we go. And then what I will do is I will add the forward 6-inch mount there, which is what I want. Very, very nice. And then light SAM. 2 single light SAM launchers per side. Oh, that's perfect. I could literally have that. And that means that I can have extremely good coverage for this ship. Fantastic. Palmetto State class cruiser. Brilliant. Fantastic. Great. Japan, please stop. Stop it. Ah, good. 2 maneuverability and 17 toughness. That IMCO coming out with an absolute winner. So 1 month away, and then we've got Mechanicsville and the last of the 7 days class. Will be ready for production soon. Okay, the Russian fleet is deciding that it thinks it can take me on. I mean, that's brave of them. I outmassed them in pretty much every conceivable way. So, yeah, have fun with that one. Nope, we're not blowing up a German capital ship. Oh, so the Russians are about to war me, are they? Well, that's interesting. Some things do happen. Let's not, you know, have people shooting each other. Russia is about to war us. What a shame. You know, if only I was about to commission the next 7 days class battlecruiser. You know, just if only that was something I was about to do. I will also rebuild Secession. And she's got enough weight, she can probably carry a light SAM battery aft. Especially if we drop the 4-inch guns down to 6. And group them into twin mounts. That works. Then if we drop the number of medium AA guns down to 10, and then drop down to 6, and have those be Sea-Whiz mounts, that'll work. Drop the turret armor on the rebuild. In fact, actually, I am actually gonna land her super firing twin turret, and I am gonna use that space to add another heavy ship-to-ship mount forwards. And let's see if we can't clear some top deck weight by moving some medium AA. Is this going to be an expensive rebuild? Oh, can't be identified by any legal ship type. Okay, never mind. Secession can remain in 2nd Battlecruiser Div as reserve. That's fine. In mothballs. And the 7 days class have come in. I mean, they're just 9 20-inch guns, 32 knots. Without a doubt, one of the most powerful surface vessels in the world. Bar none. I think the Russians kind of realized what they were up against there, so they kind of backed off a little bit. Which I can kind of understand. You kind of don't want to fight all of the Confederate fleet. That is a horrifically powerful monstrosity that will just obliterate you if it looks at you funny. Right, give me just a second, folks. I will be right back. Don't go anywhere. And I'm back. Oh, yes, we will assign the new aircraft to these new carriers. Spain, please stop being silly. Thank you. I know you're the last fascist state in the world, but stop being silly. There we go. New naval patrol aircraft, and we are just now 5 months away from having the Glendale in commission. And one of our chaps thrashed a army colonel. Brilliant. Alright, keep it going. Let's keep it rolling. Well, that's good. The Hawk Party has managed to give us more funding to finish the new missile cruisers that we're building. Which I am all for. And we're going to get the last of the 7 Days class into the fleet. Which I am absolutely happy with. Can't wait to use them. Yes, the war. If there is going to be a war, it's going to be against Tsarist Russia. And while I'm thinking about it, actually, I'm actually going to go. Let's go for broke. Let's go for a full 6. Let's add 6 Palmetto states to the build queue. Total replacement of our missile cruiser forces. There we go. I'll make sincere apologies. I have the prestige to actually do it. I've got so much prestige now that I'm not even bothered. Improved missile decoys. Fantastic. I'm all for improved missile decoys. Nothing wrong with having missile decoys. Human to yeah, absolutely. If people don't get paperwork exactly right, that's fine. Not a problem. No, we will actually... We'll accept a slight reduction in our budget against Russia. That's absolutely fine. We're doing okay. Britain is granting independence all across its empire. Oh! I didn't... Okay. I didn't even see that coming. Well, good lord. Look at that. The first war against Great Britain that we lost. But, wow, that's incredible. So we lost the first war against Great Britain. We managed to sneak out of that despite 3 victories. The Spanish War we won. Then there was the first Dreadnought War. We lost 3 of our ships. In the second period, we fought the US and we lost. Then there were 2 draws, one against France, one against Britain. Although we did manage to do fairly well. Then in the 50s, there was the continuation of that war. Because of the war from 40 through to 46 was the Great War. And then there was a long gap of peace. And then we had the victorious war against France, which we won. And then prestige massively went to an all-time high. In terms of fleet tonnage, the Confederacy was never the biggest fleet. The Americans were still larger. Let's have a look going back. So in the 1890s, we were tossing and turning with the Japanese. In the 20s, from 20 to 50, we kind of rose through going up. Then in the 50s, we rose to be the 3rd largest fleet on the planet. Behind Japan and the US. Economic strength, however, we are the world's strongest economy. It took us a while to get there. We had a bit of a rough start. In the 20s, the 20s well, basically went to the moon. Through the course of the various wars we fought, our economy basically grew and grew, and then shot to the moon. In terms of ships lost, the Confederacy lost 3 battleships, 4 battlecruisers, 3 Dreadnought battleships, 3 armored cruisers, 3 full-size carriers, 4 light carriers, 17 light cruisers, 66 destroyers, 11 corvettes, 70,000 merchant ships, and 155 submarines. The Germans lost... Oh my god, the Russians lost 10 battleships and 10 battle cruisers? Oh my god, Russia and Japan have been knocking 7 bells out of each other. And that is the... You can see a trend here. So that was the first campaign. As Russia, we really failed. As the Netherlands, we did okay. As the Ottomans, we did better. And as the Confederacy, we have done even better still. Yeah. So next week will be a new campaign. That will be Spain. I look forward to seeing you all there. And Halfman has just... Where is the black mode? Why would I go for the black mode? Was good for the economy then, Halfman? Apparently it is. But yes, so we have actually finished this campaign. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming. Hope you've had a fantastic time. Tune in next week, obviously, for the first of the Spanish campaign, where we'll be back down with the Ironclads once again. Take care, and I'll catch you all next time. Bye-bye!